Welcome you back to Talk of the Town for this Friday, April 15th. I'm Gary Stevens. Third Friday of the month, our 9:30 segment is with the telephone man. He is Greg Clark from AT&T. He joins us via the Zoom connection this morning. And I know, first of all, Greg, good morning. And I know that you've been
Friday.
Yeah. And I know that you'd like to eventually see us here in the studio and
Yes.
hobnob with us. We look forward to that as the weather eventually warms.
I can't wait for it. You know, there's nothing better than springtime in Michigan.
I agree with you on that. Fall has its good parts of it too. But if you got a question about telecommunications, AT&T in particular, some of the developments that are going on in the industry, it's always changing, always evolving. Greg would be a good person to answer it at 616-395-1450, 616-395-1450. Let me ask you this question to start us off. As parts of Michigan, we weren't as hit as hard as some other parts of Michigan with some heavy winds yesterday, and it's still, blowing around pretty good. And of course, whenever we have high winds, there is the talk about power lines down and people without electricity. Does that affect the phone service as much or not really?
Well, like many industries, we are reliant on power to make the network function. However, a great majority of our network is equipped with emergency generators, backup power, battery backup power. We've got a very close relationship with the power company, consumers. In the event accidents happen, Mother Nature happens, we have a highly coordinated restoral and triage process that we work with consumer, where we can prioritize locations and things like that so that we can ensure the public safety and the public's continued reliance on the telecommunications network. So really tight process there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking more of like the overhead telephone lines
themselves.
Oh,
yeah, if a tree snaps your wire, we're going to lose service. Fortunately, a lot of customers, where I live, I've got my service, I buried mine. But, in the event, as we move toward fiber, fiber is increasingly in the underground, and that will certainly increase reliability there. But, in the event something happens, your customers can call me directly. I can help them restore their service. I want to encourage dialogue with the customer base, build that relationship, help solve those issues, if they occur. With anyone who might be listening on the line that might have any sorts of issue with the telecom provider. So we're very proud of our reliability record here at AT&T.
By the way, that number, and I think Greg won't mind me passing it along, 248-217-1360.
That is absolutely it, sir.
248-217-1360. Let's get to a call. Good morning. You're on the line with Greg Clark, the telephone man.
Thank you so much. Excuse me. I want to know if you can address the Dish AT&T Boost issue. Sprint ran Boost, and then T-Mobile bought Sprint, and T-Mobile was going to dump as of March 31 all of their customers into the Dish network, which is the AT&T network, the GSM. Can you address that? Because right now I'm on T-Mobile and I don't get good coverage, so I'm going to drop them, which would be in effect dropping AT&T. Will AT&T take over every single one of those customers, or will we stay on T-Mobile?
Yeah, so I am happy to do a deep dive into your situation. Just give me a jingle after the broadcast on the number 248-217-1360. I'll gather some more information, make sure we get you to the right place.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
sure
good, because I thought we were all supposed to be switching to AT&T, and it hasn't happened.
Okay. That's it. Please call me up. I'll help you figure that out.
All right, thank you very much for the call. 616-395-1450. One more call before the break. Good morning. You're on the line with Greg Clark.
Yeah, I heard that AT&T was offering a TV service, but then I looked into it, and they said, if you have two TVs hooked up to it, you could only watch one station. And I just wondered if they were going to ever change that. We have Comcast now, and they're not happy whether they keep raising the rates, and that's the only thing we can have. So I just wondered if down the line they could change that.
Hang on the line for a moment, caller. Greg, can you answer that for us?
I would have to get some more information from her on what her current situation is, or if she's close. And thank you for that call. Hop into the Holland or Grand Haven store, and we'd be happy to figure that out as well.
Okay. Thank you very much for the call. 616-395-1450. Calls keep coming. We'll take we'll hold off on the break for a moment. Good morning. You're on the line with Greg Clark.
Good morning. I have a question.
Good morning.
For Greg Clark. I have AT&T cable and phone and internet. I keep having troubles with my television. It'll go dead and then go to, you have to, it'll stay off, and then you got to press OK to come back on. I lose the signal, but I do this a lot, 4 or 5 times a day. Now, I've had your technicians over here, all kinds. I even went up in the pole and changed it. I'm still having this problem. And, I'm getting a little disgusted because I've had AT&T way back when Ma Bell had it. Now, I shouldn't have to put up with this stuff. Now, can you do something about this?
He's writing stuff down. Go ahead, Greg.
I am writing things down. I really appreciate you calling. I apologize on behalf of the company for that. I would like to help you fix your situation. I've got contacts in our president's office. We can make sure that we get our best and brightest working on that. If there are situations that you can put in writing, you can email me at gregory.clark@att.com or give me a jingle on the phone number 248-217-1360. You should not be experiencing those problems. Yes, I will absolutely help you fix that issue.
Greg, this is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and a new study from Nationwide found people are still driving dangerously despite worrying about other people doing the same. Now, compared to 2 years ago, more than 80% think drivers are more aggressive, and nearly the same amount think people are driving faster. And at the same time, and this comes into AT&T's purveyance, a third of the drivers think it's safe to use a phone behind the wheel for calling, texting, or navigation. I know that your predecessor, when she was chatting with us, the phone lady, Ruth Goddard, was very much, putting the message out, don't text and drive. And I assume you are in the same boat as well.
Yeah, it can wait. Don't text and drive. Don't do anything when you drive, but drive. Just keep your eyes on the road, keep your eyes and ears out. Absolutely. Distracted Driving Awareness Month. We completely support that. Everybody has someone, a friend, a relative, maybe even themselves, where they can look in the mirror and say, this has impacted my life in this way. And what can I do? How can I do my part to make the road safer, for everyone that's on the road, for your children, for the people that are in your car, for pedestrians. It is a big problem. We need to get our arms around it. Absolutely.
Let's get back to the phone. See, you are a popular man this morning. Good morning. You're on the line with the telephone man, Greg Clark.
Yeah, Greg, you still have Uverse?
Good morning. What's the question?
Do you still have the Uverse service?
Uverse is still available to customers, yes. And so what's your question about it?
I used to have Uverse, and I switched, but I want to switch back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should talk about that. Absolutely. Bring me up, and we'll see what we can figure out there. Absolutely.
Okay, what's your number again?
248-217-1360. Or if you want, where are you located?
In Holland.
Okay, if you want, if it's more convenient, pop into our store in Holland at 3435 West Shore Drive and talk to one of the reps in there, and they'd be happy to point you in the right direction.
Okay, that sounds better.
That'd be even great. Thank you very much.
You bet.
Thank you very much for the call. 616-395-1450. More on the Uverse situation in a moment. Let's get to another call. Good morning. You're on the line with the telephone man, Greg Clark.
Could you give Greg Clark's email one more time when you get time?
We
His
have
email
time.
address, please.
We have time right now. Go ahead, Greg.
It's gregory.clark@att.com. Real simple. GREGORY.Clark, CLARK, no E, @att.com.
Super. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the call.
I'll tell you, Gary,
Yeah.
the phone number I give out is the phone that I sleep with on my nightstand at night. I get all kinds of emergencies, and I welcome these things. This is what we do. This is what we live for, and so I really appreciate that.
The reason I wanted to sort of amplify a little bit about the previous caller's situation with Uverse is for a while we did have Uverse where we were because the options were very limited. The antenna, antenna TV, if we had to use that, cable service, or Uverse, because we were in an area where trees prohibited us from having a dish or direct TV service. And the place we were at eventually said, no, you got to, we cannot have any more dishes on the roofs where we are at. So the Uverse option is a good option. It's still a good option because of the fact that it goes through the AT&T fibers.
That's true. Well, I will add to your listeners. A couple of months ago, toward the end of 2021, the company made a strategic decision to just focus on broadband, wireless, core business in that regard, and so public safety. And so we looked at, do we need to be in the TV business at all? And so the company actually spun off our DirecTV and our Uverse product. We still own a stake in that company. It's called DirecTV LLC. We deal with them frequently, but we're no longer the fiduciary of the Uverse product itself, but we happily refer and coordinate issues with DirecTV LLC.
Okay, I just wanted to bring that up because it is an alternative if you don't want to play with the cable guys and you cannot because of trees that are not on your property.
And I have Uverse, and I love it. I've had it since it launched back in, I think, 2007. And, so 15 years, and it's a highly sticky product. Customers love it. It's addictive. The channels are predictable. You can memorize what's on what channel, and the user interface is highly intuitive. It's won a number of JD Power user and customer service awards. We're really quite proud of how we worked that service and rolled it out to our customers.
Let's talk a little bit about FirstNet. It is something a little different. It is not for the general public, but it is certainly something that our first responders are very happy to have.
It is, and it actually can be for the general public if you meet certain criteria. The majority of firefighters in the country are volunteer firefighters. So if you're such a person, you can convert your phone to FirstNet. But what it was conceived by the 9/11 Commission and the FirstNet Authority, America's public safety wireless network. The government put out a challenge for the country to build a public safety wireless broadband network dedicated exclusively to first responders, police, fire, EMS. AT&T was let that contract to build it, and 4 years in, over 3 million connections and growing, dedicated to first responders. It actually covers more square miles, 50,000 square miles more than any commercial network in the country, covers over 2.81 million square miles of U.S. geographical territory.
Let's get to a call. It's been a busy morning for the telephone man. We'll take a call right now. Good morning. You're on the line with Greg Clark.
Hi, Gary. I hate to be a nuisance, but could I have that telephone number for Greg one more time?
I'll give it out there, Greg. His number again, because there's some people that are late callers or late people that have come on board. Greg Clark's mobile number is 248 217 13
Okay. 248-217-1360.
Correct.
Yeah, love it.
Thank you, Gary.
Appreciate the call. 616-395-1450. Again, it's good if you have, in this case, a guy like Greg. We got somebody on the inside to deal with some of the issues, but a lot of the issues that you might have with your phone service, be it a wired service or a wireless, if you're an AT&T customer, or if you're a customer of another thing, stop by the store. I know that at times you're going to have to wait because, and sometimes they say make an appointment, which may be a wise thing to do. But a lot of the issues can be solved at the store, especially in terms of technical issues. If you have an issue with, say, your smartphone heating up too much and there might be some glitch in it, the people there, usually there's a tech out there that can be able to help your problem.
It usually is. And, we have gone on a massive hiring spree since we're coming out of this pandemic. We used to hire to a headcount target. We're actually hiring over headcount targets right now just to account for the increased turnover. Many people figuring out their next career moves, things like that. We're not insulated from that in any regard. And so we're constantly making sure we've got a complete suite of employees staffed in the stores ready to help any and all of our customers.
One final thing, Greg, is we'll button up our conversation. I think the last time we chatted was the issue of the 5K and the airports. Have we seen some resolution in that or some progress in that regard?
Yeah, we've turned the corner on that. As you can see, the airlines domestically are, for consumers, not as much on the business travel, but they're back to, strong demand. And we've worked that issue out. We are not the roadblock for the airlines as they manage their interactions with air traffic control and make sure the public is safe and can get to where they need to get to on time, wherever they can. We're past that, yes. Well, thanks for asking.
Yeah, I just want to get a little update because it hadn't been in the news, and just hold it. I hit the wrong button. Silly me. It's one of those mornings. Anyway, Greg Clark, as always, thank you very much for joining us this morning on WHTC. He is the Regional Vice President for External and Legislative Affairs with AT&T Michigan. And if all goes well, Greg, we'll talk again next month.
It can wait. Don't text and drive.
Thank you very much, Greg Clark, on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.